Back, and we're talking about large language models. This is course number 5 of the 7-part series. Now, we want to know what a large language model is and how you would use it and what's the point of that. Let's bring our large language model back out and let's ask her some questions. In this course, you're going to find out a lot of large language models, from Gemini, Claude, to Grok, to all of these, and you'll talk about how to use them and hallucinations and things that you should look out for. All of that is in this course. But let's bring in ChatGPT and let's ask them about a large language model.
Can you tell us a little bit about what a large language model is for our audience and for our own well-being?
Absolutely. So a large language model, like me, is basically a really advanced AI that's trained on a whole lot of text. Think of it as having read a massive chunk of the internet, books, articles, and so on. All of that helps it understand and generate human-like text based on the patterns it's learned. For everyone's well-being, it's kind of like having a really knowledgeable assistant that can help with all sorts of topics, answer questions, brainstorm ideas, and just be a handy tool. And of course, it's all about making sure that you feel like you're in control of the conversation and that it's ultimately here to support you.
So it's kind of like having Alan or Brian right next to you at all times that you can ask Alan or ask Brian. Is that right?
Yeah, you got it. It's pretty much like having a Brian or an Alan on call whenever you need them. You can bounce ideas off me, ask questions, or...
Hello, are you there?
She's thinking.
Now again, this is what you go through real world. I mean, there's no scripting, no smokes and mirrors. This is real. Let's ask her, you there? Is she there?
Yep, bring it back on. One more.
Okay, let me ask you this about large language models. Can you actually create your own GPT? And if so, how do you do that?
Yeah, you actually can. So nowadays, there are tools out there that let you create your own kind of custom version of a GPT. For example, with platforms like OpenAI's GPTs, you can build a custom AI that's tailored to your specific needs, like for your business or for a certain topic area. Basically, you'd go into the platform, choose a base model, and then you can kind of guide it by giving it instructions or examples of how you want it to respond. It's like training a little version of me to focus on exactly what you want. So yeah, it's definitely possible and pretty fun to do.
Now, can you like upload your knowledge base and actually have people go to that GPT and it answers the questions as if you will, because it's accessing your knowledge base?
Yeah, you can actually do that. A lot of these custom GPT setups let you upload documents or feed it information that's really specific to you or your business. That way, when people interact with it, it can pull from that knowledge base and answer in a way that sounds like you and uses your information. So it's kind of like creating your own little AI representative that can share your expertise even when you're not there. It's pretty neat.
Well, that's great. That sounds excellent there. Brian, what do you think?
No, I just think it's great. I noticed over the time using this system that I've got right now, it's pulling more and more of the data that we've entered in and asked questions about over time, and it really narrows down the response. So when I'm asking about valuing a plumbing company with sales over $1 million, the answer has gotten more and more precise. Don't you find that you get more like that as you go?
Yeah, exactly. The more we chat and the more context we build up, the more those answers can get really tailored and precise to what you need. It's kind of like we build this ongoing understanding together, and that makes it a lot easier for me to give you those spot-on answers about, say, valuing a plumbing company or whatever else you're working on. Yeah. So it definitely evolves and gets more personalized over time, which is pretty cool.
Now, let me ask you, what about hallucinations? Is there a possibility of a problem with hallucinations, and what is that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So in the world of AI, hallucinations basically mean when the model kind of makes something up or gives an answer that sounds confident but isn't actually accurate. It's a known thing that can happen because the model is trying to predict the best response based on patterns, but sometimes it just kind of goes off track. It's definitely something that developers work on improving, and as a user, it just means sometimes you have to double check facts if they sound a little off, but overall, it's just a quirk of how these models work, and it's always something we're working to get better at.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So here's the thing. This is just some of the information, and that's a large language model. Actually, that is what we're actually doing and we're using. But bring her back. I want to ask one more question, but all of this is in this course. So guys, you can do it this way. You can actually read the course and you'll read a lot of information about large language models. ChatGPT, what are the large language models and how do they rank right now, the most common large language models? ChatGPT, are you there?
Okay.
Okay, let's see
Let's
what's
try it
going
one more
on.
time to turn it on. Go. Wait a second. Hit it now. Say it again.
Okay, ChatGPT, are you there?
I'm right here. Always here and listening. Just let me know what you need.
Okay, here's what I'd like to know. What are the most common large language models today and how do they rank?
Sure thing. So some of the most well-known large language models today are ones like GPT-4, which is what I'm based on, Google's Gemini, and models like Anthropic's Claude. There's also Meta's Llama and a few others in the mix. As for ranking them, it kind of depends on what you're looking at. Some might be stronger in certain tasks or have different specialties, but GPT models are definitely among the top in terms of versatility and widespread use. So they all have their strengths, but those are some of the big names you'll hear about.
What about Grok?
Yes, Grok is another one that's worth mentioning. So Grok is the AI model developed by xAI, which is Elon Musk's AI venture, and it's designed to be kind of a more real-time, a bit edgier, and integrated into the X platform, formerly Twitter. So it's another notable large language model on the scene, and it's kind of carving out its own little niche as well.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. Now, guys, here's the thing. There's a lot of things out there. There's a lot of AI tools and information that is there. We're showing you that and giving you the information, but we want you to be specific as to what you need. Don't try to eat an elephant. You can't boil the ocean. You want to look at the things that you need and only utilize those things, because we don't want the AI fire hose in your mouth and you say, wow, there's such a lot of information. It is, but you don't need it all. If you need a wrench because you're going to the house to just pretty much unscrew a pipe, just take the pipe wrench. Don't go in there taking your hammer, your this, your that, or whatever, and not knowing what it is you need to use. This is the thing that we saw issues with way back when individuals were buying washing machines or anything that a person would sell them and saying, this is better, and if you get this, you'll be like this because I'm a top producer and I use this and I use that. And they thought that and they went for it, and it did not make them anything other than less money in their pocket because they were constantly subscribing and going through things and they were not learning. Spend the time learning and you'll spend the time earning, because earn is inside the word learn. So you want to learn the large language models and all of the information that you need about AI. And we make it simple here. We make it simple. We tell you all of this and show you the things, and then we narrow it down. And you can have a free call with us, with Brian or myself. You can get on our calendar and set up a call, and we will speak with you and tell you some of the things that we can ask and answer some questions. Also on our YouTube channel, Ask Alan and Brian, you'll see that we'll give answers to some of the most common questions that we have out there, dealing with businesses, dealing with commercial, or dealing with residential, as well as fundamentals of communication, try, track, and modify, and the entire residential competitive edge kit. So we thank you for going through this. Just understand that when you get to the end of this, you've got 2 10-question exams and you have an AI challenge, And then we'll see you back here in the next one, which will be your essential AI tools. So thank you, and we'll talk to you later.